Adventure Time Prospecting. I'm back, you crazy sumbitch. Welcome to Adventure Time Prospecting, everybody. West Virginia's only gold prospecting channel. You can take that as a fact. Anyhow, today we're in the new diggings here on Calico Creek out here in Putnam County. It's a next door neighbor county to Kanawha County where I've been finding gold. Anyhow, I've been driving past creeks on a main road, so some of y'all might recognize it. Anyhow, you come down in here, I was driving by and I noticed this creek. Look how pretty it is. And I noticed some quartz. I found arrow points and stuff down in here, so I'm going to keep an eye out for those today for sure. But I've been seeing some quartz in this creek, so I decided to come back down here today with my sluice. And we're going to poke around and see what we can get. Let me flip y'all around right quick and I'll show you what hole we're digging and what's coming out of the tailings. As you can see, we've got some quartz in this stuff for sure. A lot of small round wash quartz. And this hole is getting pretty deep. I dug down in there through all this loose flow sand, and just about the water level there's a layer of gravels with quartz in it, and that's it I'm working. So what I'm doing, look what else come out here, big old heavy steel lag bolt. I put it in this here bucket out of that hole. I put it in here to this classifier. Check it out, Arbor Fabricating 1/8 inch. Alright, you fill your bucket up with some water, fill your classifier up. Give it a good shaking. Do the twist. And there's all your tailings that you don't want to run through your sluice. Because that's all that is competition. It's going to hog up room in your sluice. Because there's no gold in this big stuff. There's a lot of quartz though, see? That's what drew me to it. So anyhow, we got it dug. We got it, hopefully a good area found. Starting to dig it. We'll get that there bucket full, and then I'll see y'all down here at the sluice, and we're going to try to run some of it too. We're going to run a few buckets too and see what we come out of here with. So I'll see y'all back to the sluice. Alright guys, here we are down here at the sluice running. Got her set up. This is my little 6-inch wide, 24-inch long Dream Mat sluice. I usually set it up to about 8 degrees pitch. Feed her nice and slow. Just let that light sand wash right off of it there. And let the water do the work. As long as those cells are moving, if there's gold in this stuff, it's going to catch it. Did find a pretty neat piece of fossilized wood so far. That's kind of neat. No Native American artifacts yet, but I'm going to keep my eye out, because one day on this creek I found 2 of them within 3 hours. 2 broken points. They were broken, but still yet points. It's a pretty little area out here in Putnam County, West Virginia. I'll check back in with y'all in a little bit. We're going to run this bucket through and we'll come back and see what the sluice looks like. See if there's any heavies showing up. We got the sluice sitting there running, letting it clear out. I'm going to show y'all how I find points. Hopefully we'll find one. The best thing to do is to kind of hunch your back over. I like to rest my elbow on my knees and kind of crouch over. And it's not easy on the back. And I'm telling you folks, the older you get, the tougher it is. And then you kind of just crouch down and you start looking. This is a healthy creek. See some mussel shells in there. Another little piece of quartz right there. So yeah, there's definitely some free-flowing quartz in this creek. There's a nice bigger pebble of quartz right there. That's the stuff the gold erodes out of, folks. Maybe an old piece of flint. Doesn't look like it's been worked though. Anyhow, folks, people that want to know how to come out and find cool arrowheads, this is what you do. Oh, looky here. That's an old Brillo pad. Been there so long it's got moss all over it. We're going to rinse that out in the bucket and we're going to run it in the old sluice, because that'll act just like miner's moss in a sluice. Hopefully, you never know, it might have been catching some gold. So we'll run that in there. One thing I've found when you're looking for Native American artifacts, you might find one, well, I may find one every 10 times I go out. But when you find one, it's a real treasure. Rusted piece of something. Don't want to overlook the water either. You can see them just shining in the water. Oh. Take another quick glance and then we'll get back down to the sluice and get back to business. I've got a thing for trying to find artifacts. It's like picking up well, it's not like picking up a piece of history. It is picking up a piece of history. Alright, folks. Let me grab this Brillo pad up. Right yonder. I'm going to take it down here and clean it out in the bucket and see what we get. We'll run her on through. Put it right down in the classifier. Still got everything in the bucket. That's okay. We'll just add this to it. I'll fill that bucket up and I'll be right back with y'all. Alright, y'all, there it is. We got her cleaned out pretty good. I'm still yet going to take it home and clean it out some more, make sure we got it all. But it's down here in this bucket with the rest of that material, so let's get us a little scoop of it up. You can see there's some heavies starting to get in the rib matting there, so hopefully there's going to be a little bit of collar or something in here, but I don't know. We're going to find out together, y'all. I tell you, this is by far my favorite way of prospecting. Just out on some old creek here in the hills of West Virginia. Mountains. Some filtered sunshine. And the beauty of nature. Don't get no better, folks, I'm telling you. Yes, another scoop. See, the reason I go 1/8 inch minus is because that's really what's recommended in these dream mats. And to be honest with you, it seems to work really, really well. Look at them little fellers go. Look at them go. Oh, get along, little swirly swirl feathers. Fellers, get along. now that the weather's getting a little bit better, folks, hopefully we'll be out here in the creek getting little neat quartz, all mineralized and whatnot. I see a couple of neat little gravel bars down that way, so before we leave, we're gonna go check them out and see what's going on. Maybe I can find an artifact down there, who knows. But my main goal today was to see if there's any color in this creek. Usually when I go hunting arrowheads, I'll walk 2 or 3 miles a creek. It takes me a long time. And then after every flood, you need to do it again after it floods. After a good rain, you need to go out there and do some more creek walking. You never know what you're gonna find when you go creek walking, that's for sure. Once you find your first piece of gold or your first Native American artifact, I'm telling you what, folks, you'll be addicted to coming out, having some adventures out here in these beautiful areas. And we're real close to a road. My car's up there. That's across the motorway. So yeah, we'll be right back with y'all. We're gonna keep on running this here sluice and buckets, and I'll be right back with y'all. Alright guys, I'm gonna get ready to pick this puppy up, pour it in that bucket, and I'm gonna move down to the creek. There's a gravel bar. Maybe y'all see it right there, that little gravel bar right yonder. I'm gonna go down there and poke around. So I'll clean up my sluice, pick my gear up, and we'll slip down there. I got about, I think 3 buckets sitting right there, concentrated down. So we'll go down there and see what it looks like. Might set the sluice up again. I don't know. We'll be right back and we'll see what's up. We've moved down from where I was at. Look at that big quartz rock. Big old piece of rusty mineralized quartz. I got the sluice set back up. Got better flow this time. Just doing some creek walking, seeing if I can. There's a piece of flint. It looks like it. Does that look like it's had a little, like they made something out of it, and this is like the trash off of it? I don't know. It almost looks like a flake was taken off right here at one point. I don't know. If it is an artifact, it's pretty much a junk one, but who knows? I'm not the most adept. I don't really know I found something unless it's usually quite obvious. I do know what to look for as far as if it's had a human hand laid upon it and it's been worked. But if it's broken small pieces or an old core or something, I wouldn't really know if it is or not. I've only found a couple of pieces of broken flint. I can't tell if that's conglomerate or cement. I'll call it cement since I can't really tell. It's really heavy. Anyhow, folks, this is creek walking. Walk right back down here to where the sluice is, and I'm going to work a little bit of this gravel bar just to see if anything is in it. You never know. Here's the sluice. We got her running. So I'll get back with y'all after we do a couple scoops in there, and we'll see how she looks. But remember, folks, when you're trying a new area, these gravel bars with these grass clumps, pop you one of them. Take it down here and rinse them roots off in your sluice. I'll show you. I'm going to classify. We'll just run a little bit of it. See, I got that clump right there on my shovel. And you just keep on rinsing him like that and breaking it up and busting that clump up. And you just keep running her through that sluice. Pretty soon you'll have that whole clump rinsed out. Acts just like miner's moss in a sluice. Don't overlook this stuff. See all that material coming off of it? This just captures and holds that stuff. So we'll get that all nice and cleaned out. Like I got them ones there all nice and cleaned out. Then we're going to clean this sluice up, head to the house, and see if we ain't got nothing in it. Hopefully there's a little bit of collar in it. Who knows? There's only one way to find out. I head back to Calico County. Like I said, we're here in Putnam County, West Virginia right now. Beautiful winter day. Out here trying to find a little bit of collar. So when I'm done, we'll clean this up and head out of here. And I will see y'all back at the house. Here we are back at the house, folks. Here's that piece of fossilized wood. A little bit of a piece of flint. Found another one, but I lost it somewhere. Anyhow, I classified it all down to here, window screen minus, and we're gonna go over at the panning tub and we're gonna pan this stuff out. All right, y'all, this is all that's left right here in the bottom of this pan. So let's see if we can find any Putnam County, West Virginia collar. Stuff right on off, re-stratify, get all your heavies back on the bottom of that pan, then wash your lighter stuff right off. You can see the heavies in there starting to pile up. So we'll see what's in it. Just keep on working her down here. Working her on down. See them heavies starting to show up. Starting to get down to the nitty gritty now. Alright, let me get her up here and we'll take a quick sneak peek. There's Frankie, my little corgi dog. She's getting big, isn't she? Alright, get some of that extra water off there. Oh, there's a piece of gold right there, right on top. Look at that. Putnam County gold. Look at that. Adventure Time prospecting on the scene again. Finding gold in areas where it should not be. Let me get this tapped up. Let me see if there's more, but that is definitely a piece of gold right there. You can see it just as plain as day. Look at that. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm going to tap this stuff out. Alright guys, we didn't do gangbusters. We got 1, 2, maybe 3 pieces in there, and there's a couple more washed down there in them heavies. We didn't do gangbusters, but there is some gold in Putnam County. There's that nice little piece right there. Another one right above it. But we did, like I said, we didn't do gangbusters, but that's proof in the pudding that there is gold in West Virginia. I mean, you can see it right there. At least 4 or 5 pieces right there. Straight out of Putnam County. Straight out of Putnam County, West Virginia. Right off a road. They'll probably drive by it all the time, and there's gold right there in that creek. It's James. Stay tuned for more Adventure Time Prospecting, West Virginia's only prospecting channel. We'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.